from Menasha, Wisconsin. Oh, happy Sunday. I hope you guys have all had a fantastic weekend. I'm just waiting for my live to go live here. It's been doing some funny things to me with my graphics, and I can see that it did it again. I put some cute graphics in there, and as soon as I go live, it reverts back to my main page. Anyways, weird, right? Okay, I see you guys coming in here, even though my iPad is not updating. Here we go. Hello, Noreen and Kim and Joe and Renee and Christine, Kathy, Carol, Gwen, oh, Shirley, Ruth. So happy to see you guys in here. Who's ready to stamp tonight? I have missed stamping this week. We were so darn busy. It was crazy. But we had such a wonderful time. For those of you that may have missed it, I was in Orlando this last week. We left on Tuesday morning, bright and early. And hi, Debbie. It has been a minute. I'm glad to see you. And Melanie and Nancy. We left bright and early Tuesday morning for the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And I have to tell you that only 1% of demonstrators earn the trip. We hate doing that, but they make us. They don't want to mislead anybody that it's easy. It's not. It takes some effort. Hi, Gail and Melody. So yeah, we left Tuesday and we got to Orlando, and right before we got there, it had finished raining. It had been raining for like 7 or 8 days in a row. I might be exaggerating by 1 day or so, but it's the rainy season there. But I was watching that 10-day forecast, and it was supposed to be beautiful and sunny for the entire time we were there, hot and humid, and it did not let me down. It was 90 degrees plus, and I loved every minute of it, even when I was glistening a little bit, because I'm so cold all the time. So the air conditioning in some places was really cranked, and I don't care for that. So I had my little jacket with me all the time, and that worked out just fine. But 90s, low 90s, and very sunny and beautiful. And I got a little sun. Haley's really sunburned. I told her, but she doesn't listen. You know how kids are. We had just the most magical time in the happiest place on earth. And yeah, everything went really good without a hitch. So I have to tell you, I don't know what I was thinking that I booked such an early flight home today. Melanie says that's hot even for her in Arizona. I know. And the humidity, don't forget. I love the humidity. I booked an early flight home today. We got home by 11:30. We almost missed our flight in Minneapolis. You want to see a girl run with a double stroller, 2 kids in it, and a whole bunch of heavy backpacks? It was not me. Because if you see me running, you need to run too, because something bad is chasing me. I did not run. But Haley ran all the way from where our plane landed from, I don't know where we were. We were in the A's, and I don't even know. She had to run. She ran. And she got stopped at the train in Minneapolis. You have to get on the tram thing to take you to a different place. And she thought, oh my gosh, I think I'm having an asthma attack. She was dying. I thought, there's no way we're getting on our plane. Our flight came in late. We had a tight schedule in Minneapolis to catch our plane home to Appleton, Wisconsin. And when we landed, they were almost done boarding. They had 10 minutes left to board. And when you land, we always sit in the back because I'm not paying for the expensive seats up front. So it takes forever to get a plane unloaded, right? I don't know what people are doing. You have that entire time sitting on the runway when you could be gathering your things. Whatever. And we got off the plane and she took off like crazy. And I met her at the train tram thing because she had to wait for it. So thank goodness, because I was not running. I was walking very briskly. But, and I'm sitting there going, they're never going to let us on because they shut the doors 15 minutes prior to takeoff. And we were supposed to take off at 10 o'clock. And it was already like 10 to 10. No way. They held the plane for us. And when we got off that plane here in Appleton, I made a special effort to tell the pilot who was standing by the door, thank you very much for holding this for us. So it was really nice. But anyways, it was just like a, right? And I thought, just relax. There's other planes going out of here. We're in here early. You know, if we miss this one, we can catch another one. She was having none of it. She wanted to get home. So we got up this morning. We went to bed at 1 o'clock. I don't think I fell asleep at 1 o'clock because we had our last night event at Animal Kingdom last night. And that was from, I don't even know, 8 to 10. And then you have a bus ride back to the resort. And by the time you get settled in bed, it was later than 1 o'clock for me when I fell asleep. But our alarms went off at 2:30 a.m. and we started getting everything ready and getting the kids dressed, and out the door we went we had to be in the lobby to catch our bus to the airport at 3:30. Oh, Haley said 9 to 10:30. Our event was from 9 to 10:30. Hi, Haley. She's on here. So yeah, rock star. And like I said, if you see me running, you run too. I walked very fast, but we made it and we got home and we were happy to be home. And we told Jared that we really missed him on our trip and that other than he's so delightful, we would like him to go with us next time we do something like that because, oh my gosh, it was a lot. We didn't take many pictures because we were so busy with the children, right? Getting all the kids and doing all the kids and making sure the kids had all the things. So it was a little hectic. We had the most fabulous time. It was really fun. Let's see. What can I tell you about? Oh, first I want to start with the John report. Let's get that over with because I do have a John report. John was out in the driveway when I came home from running errands before our trip. And I asked him if he would be willing to bring our garbage can back in from the road into the driveway on Tuesday after the garbage came, sometime Tuesday. And he said, yeah, no problem. I can take it out for you too. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I can get it out there if you can just bring it back in. Well, I had to go to Val's and Dawson's T-ball game Monday night. And when I got home, John had our garbage out by the road. So yay, John, way to go. I owe him one. So that's my John report for the week. And then what else happened? I have some funny things to tell you about Dawson. He was kind of rather amusing. He always is rather amusing, but he got a Buzz Lightyear jetpack. You know, you strap it on and it straps on the back and it's got all the bells and whistles. I think you push some buttons and the wings pop out. It's just the cutest little thing. And he loves Buzz Lightyear. He comes walking in. Well, first of all, he's butt naked. So it's really funny. He comes walking up to us in our hotel room, resort room, and he says, let me read it. I'm Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace. We just about died laughing. I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace. Remember, he's 3, so it was pretty funny. The other super funny thing that happened is so you guys know that Barb and Dina were both going to be there. I had 5 team members on this trip. We saw hardly nobody. Like, we did not hang together because first of all, we had kids. So everybody's going and doing all their adult things and all the things, and we're doing things with the kids. We hardly saw, we saw Barb twice. That was it. Briefly, it was over. Her and her daughter had just the most amazing time together. Dina and Andy, we saw them a couple more times. We actually ate breakfast with them one morning. We all went to the final event night. So that was nice. I saw my team members, Kathy and Sarah and Lisa, and Kathy's daughter, Shauna. And then I had Christine there, and I saw everybody like twice. So we didn't get to hang out much, but we did have breakfast with Andy and Dina, and it was on our final day. So when we went to the Animal Kingdom, Stampin' Up! Rented out the whole part of the Avatar part of Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom closed, and then we bust in. So we had the whole place to ourselves, which was really cool. And Dawson was sitting outside a ride that he couldn't go on. So Haley stayed back with him, and we all went on a ride. And he goes, is that where my big boy and my girls are going to come out of, as they were sitting by the exit? So who is his big boy? That would be Dina's husband, Andy. Is that where my big boy and my girls, meaning me and Valerie, are going to come out? It's so cute. Oh my gosh, Tina said our neighbor's son was about Dawson's age, covered himself in black magic marker and a cape to announce, I am Batman. Which mom loved that. That's funny. Okay, and then the other thing that Dawson said that same night is, where is my big boy in the red shirt and the black shoes? And again, he was referring to Andy, but Haley wasn't quite sure. So she goes, I'm going to die if Andy walks out the exit of this ride and he's wearing a red shirt and black shoes, and I'll be darned if he wasn't. And again, Dawson is 3 years old, but he knows that he's got a red shirt and black shoes on. Is my big boy, that's what he called Andy, is my big boy with the red shirt and the black shoes coming out. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was really funny. Kim wants to know about the Tower of Terror and Val. So Haley took Val on the Tower of Terror. I didn't go on it because Dawson isn't big enough to go on it. And she said she liked it. I think it was a lot. I'm not really sure she'd go on it again. Probably with some coaxing, because she does love the rides. She said her favorite ride was the Slinky Dog ride, which was really fun. And Dawson could go on that one. And it's kind of a bigger roller coaster as far as, a 3-year-old being able to go on it. Oh, yeah, I think Val was a little scared. Oh, Haley said Val liked the ride, but not the scariness. Okay, that was it. Remember, I wasn't on there. So she liked the ride, just not how spooky it was. The Tower of Terror is pretty spooky. But she said that the Slinky Dog roller coaster was her favorite. The minute we got on there, little bigger roller coaster, Dawson's only 3. He just made the height requirement. The minute we sit down, bam, the arms go up in the air on Dawson, and he is ready to roller coaster. He's so cute. He loves the rides. Val does too. She's a little more apprehensive. She's kind of a cautious child. Dawson, not that much. But she's a little cautious after she rides the ride. Then she's like, yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so all the rides were fabulous. We had a little thing with a water slide. It was a smaller water slide in the Contemporary Resort. We kind of hopped resorts for the swimming pool because it had fun stuff for the kids, more fun than what we had at our resort, like the water slide. And so Haley's like, come on, let's go on the water slide. And Val's like, no. And she's done this before. She's done it with roller coasters, with different rides, with water slides, stuff like that. And Haley's like, no, you have to try it once. You've got to try it, because I know, as your mother, if you go down this slide, you are going to love it. But she doesn't want to try. So me and Haley took her up to the top, and then Haley went back down to the bottom to catch her when she comes out. And she was having none of it. She was not going down that slide. All kinds of things were going on up there. And I'm trying to, Val, you're going to love it. Just try it once. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again, but you have to try things. And she was all like, no, I'm not trying it. No. And I said, well, come on over here and feel the water. Okay, this was probably mean granny moment. Are you guys ready? I picked her up, set her down, and gave her a nice little gentle nudge, and away she went down the slide. I know. And guess what? She loved it, and she went down at least 20 more times that day. So I did not damage the child. But yeah, I felt like, oh my gosh, am I really doing this? Yep, I'm doing it. Poof. and away she went, and it was fantastic. Dawson and Val went down that slide at least 20 times, and when we got back to our room, they crashed hard. They were just exhausted. So it was super fun. The parks were really fun. We did Magic Kingdom one day and Hollywood Studios the next day. And I rented a scooter for the whole time. And it was funny because my team members that were there, they said, people are coming up to me. Well, they're asking, who are you? This is, your first trip, second trip, whatever. And I'm under Kelly Acheson. And they're like, I saw her in a scooter. What is happening there? Like, is she okay? Everybody was very worried. And they're like, yeah, she's fine. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, and I think I might have talked about it, but I get the Disney rash on my legs, and it's a thing. I looked it up online. When it first started happening to me, I was looking it up a few years after that because, internet and I'm old. And I described my symptoms as I was looking it up, and they said it's the Disney rash. It's a combination of the sunshine and the heat bouncing off the pavement up onto your legs, like your calf, lower legs, under your knee. And can you tell I don't know what I'm talking about? And excessive walking, and people were walking like 20,000 steps in a park day, right? And it's all about the excessive walking, the heat, the humidity, Pam says Disney rash is a thing, and the sunshine shining up from the pavement. And my legs will swell up. They will get welts on them, and the welts burn like fire. And if I wouldn't have had a scooter, I would have been out for at least a day, not able to do anything because I could hardly walk. And that's been a thing I've had since it started in my mid-20s. So anyways, I know that's going to happen to me. And then, rheumatoid arthritis, that's not cool because, well, I'm not in very good shape anyways. I need to work on that. I know. But I rented a scooter for the whole time. Best thing ever. Apparently, children are not allowed to ride on the scooter with you in the Disney parks. We heard that quite frequently. Because, Valerie, we found out, is a rule follower. She follows the rules, and she was very like, no, Granny, I'm going to get off before we get up to something. I got to get off. And I'm like, oh, for Pete's sakes, you're safer on my scooter than you are walking by me. So anyways, we learned some things this week. I'm glad she's a rule follower. I'm a little bit of a rebel, and so is Haley. But we had a great time. The food was good. Our accommodations are fantastic. Stampin' Up! Does it like nobody's business. Our resort was incredible. We got per diem for food that was amazing. I'm waiting to see what my final price was on this trip, but I don't think it was very much for, 5 days at 2 Disney parks. We got all expense paid tickets for 2 people to the parks. So that was really cool. And it was great. I have a whole basket, you guys, a whole basket of goodies that I brought home from the trip. Let me see if I can lift this up. Look at this. Yay! So cool! That I will be sharing with you when we are done stamping. I bought myself a pair of earrings that are super cute, so I'll share those with you. And what else? I think that's about it from our trip. It was fantastic. It was exactly what we needed. And it wasn't as exhausting as it sounds because we would go to the park. Like we went to, see, Pam says she had hip replacement and her grandkids rode on her scooter. It wasn't a Disney scooter. Mine wasn't a Disney scooter either, Pam. I rented it from an outside source. They delivered it to the resort on the day that I got there. And last night when we were done, I took it up to the lobby of the resort and they said, yep, we'll take care of it. And the company comes and picks it right back up. I did it all online. It's called Scooter Bug. It was fantastic, but best thing that I ever did. So, where was I? I can't remember. I got off track like squirrel, right? It sounds exhausting, but we would go to the park and then we would come back late afternoon and we would take a 3-hour nap, which, is right up my alley. And then we would get up and go hit the park again. And we would be there till late because everybody slept for 3 hours. Like all of us slept for 3 hours. So We did that a couple days. So did I ever get my swap cards complete for the Disney trip? I did not. Ready? Right here. Here's my note. Never happened. Didn't happen. So I was sad about that, but I thought, you know what? I need to let it go and just go and enjoy. And I did. So, but there were tons and tons of swap cards. So when we do swaps at Stampin' Up! Events, Stampin' Up! Takes one of everybody's card and puts it on display boards. So I got to take photos of all of those. You go in and you spin the wheel every day and you win fabulous prizes every day. There was ice cream. There were all kinds of treats. The hospitality room, which is our Stampin' Up! Room, is filled with candy, like huge jars of candy. If you guys have followed me, you have seen pictures of these huge candy displays for us. We had ice cream bars one day. Just, it's just, like I said, they do it up really good. So we didn't have any problems traveling. The kids were fantastic. No problems there. Everything was great. Everything was great. So yeah. Okay. I want to let you guys know that our product launch, our new product launch event, the make and take packets for that will be going out this week. I have some of the stuff done, prepping for it before I left, and our date to get those out was this week. And so I will be getting everything else cut and sorted, and the make and take packets will go out. We do have a few make and take packets left. Everybody who ordered a make and take packet will get the PDF file that has all the video links in it, the dimensions of the cards, pictures of everything we made, so that you can easily put them together when you get your make and take packet in the mail. And Stampappy Academy, the PDF file will be posted on there. So that's a benefit of being a Stampappy Academy member. So that's pretty fun. What else is happening? Okay. Underneath this video, I have a couple links. And as I'm looking at my my comments on here, right under the video, there's a little thing that says more. And when you click on that, it's going to bring up all kinds of information under the video. It tells you that a couple hours later tonight, after we're done being live, that I will make a blog post with photos of the cards that I made tonight and dimensions and a whole product list. You'll know what color ink pad, what color markers I use, what color cardstock, all the things. So that will be there in a couple hours. I work on that when we're done with the live class. Also under there is a link to the new online exclusives. It'll take you right to my store and you'll be able to see pages and pages of the new online exclusive products. And when you scroll, when you first get to the store, if you're on like a computer, there's a place over to the right that says 3090, I think. Click on the 90. That means it's going to show you 90 things on a page, not just 30. And then down at the bottom, there's little 1, 2, 3, however many pages there are. You click through pages. So just so you know, I know sometimes it's kind of hard to know what the heck am I supposed to do with this. Or you scroll down, it's like, that's it? Nope, there's lots more. So just know that. I'm going to be giving away prizes here shortly. Please make sure you click that thumbs up or like button. That really helps me out. Also, share this video if you can. When you click on share, it's going to ask you what social media you want to share it to. Facebook is great. Instagram is great. YouTube is great. Whatever. Facebook is probably the best. So, Melanie, bratwurst. It's a Wisconsin thing. It is, isn't it? I love a good brat. Years ago, my dad used to have venison brats made after deer season. And can I just say that they are the best brats ever. So I forgot, Steve. Hello. Steve came home from Lake Erie. He was in Lake Erie fishing on a man trip to Lake Erie walleye fishing. They caught 200, excuse me, I had a tickle. I had like a little dry spot in my throat. Too much of this. They caught 200 and some pounds of walleye. There's 12 guys. They went out fishing every day. They had the best time. He said he'd like to take me there because it was really kind of a cute little place. I would really like it. They stayed on the island on Lake Erie. And I'm up for a trip anytime, I told him. Tonight, my house smells delicious because he baked some chicken. He didn't get it done in time for me to eat it, so I had an apple with some peanut butter, right? But my whole house smells just delicious. And what did he say to me? Gosh, I was going to try to remember because it was really funny, and I can't. If I think of it, I'll just pop it right in there. But I can't remember. Dang it. I knew I should have wrote it down. I wrote down the thing about the kids because I can't remember. Okay. So anyways, yeah, chicken at our house tonight. I will have that maybe later. We'll see. I have prizes to give away, you guys. So please comment if you're new to me. Leave a comment. You can just say hello. You can say where you're from. I always love to know that. It's always interesting to see where everybody's coming in from. I have some of these fantastic adhesive-backed hearts and flowers that are so cute. This is for commenting on my last video. Yeah, Melanie says no fish tonight. No, I don't know why, but he tends to save that for a very long time. We're going to have some fish fries with some people over. That'll be good for summer parties, right? Hang on with me. Dry spot right there. For commenting on my last video. This is going out to Judy Dempton. Judy, congratulations. These will be on their way to you this week, and I hope you love them as much as I do. They're super cute. Next up, for sharing my video, when you click on that share button, just let me know. Shared, liked, and shared. And you'll be entered into a drawing to win another fabulous prize. And from my live last week, between now and then, the shares went into a drawing. I have a Lost Lagoon ink pad, brand new. This was donated to us. Becky White of Parkersburg, Illinois. This is going to be yours. And by the way, Judy is from DeLand, Florida. I hope I said that right, DeLand. Becky White, this is coming your way. Congratulations. Thank you for the share. And last but not least, when you place an order with me, you get entered into another drawing. And I chose names Joanne Colombo of Staten Island, New York. Terrific toadstools. This is such a fun little stamp set. I know you will love it. This was donated by Shelby White. That's why it says punch down there. Because I thought, oh, this is a good way to organize your stuff. I'm sure she writes dies if there's a die set to match. She's got punch here if there's punch to match. But got a brand new stamp set. This was a duplicate for Shelby. And congratulations to Joanne. So yay. All right, let me get these over here so I do not lose track of them. And I'm going to put that in there. I don't know why my computer just did that. So if you guys noticed tonight, I wrote the wrong date on my live. I said 4/18/25 and it's 5/18/25. Just when I thought I had all my eggs in a row, you get kind of kicked in the teeth. But I think Dolly was the first one to let me know that I did it wrong. Thank you so much. Anytime you see something wrong, let me know because I corrected it. But I would rather have it corrected than sit out there wrong, right? So, yeah. Okay. Like, share, comment. We did our prizes. And I think I'm ready to turn this camera around. Let me get that off to the side there. And yeah, okay. Hang on. Kelly, do you save some of your favorite embellishments, ribbons, stamps, dies, punches, or do you get rid of the retired ones once they are retired? Usually they go right out the door, Tracy. What I found is I used to save my favorites. I do have some stamp sets that I've kept, but what I find when I do that, I never use them. Never. Because when I'm stamping, even I make a lot of things for friends and family. I like to work harder, or I don't like to work harder. I do work hard. I like to work smarter, not harder. So if I'm designing something to give personally for which, all this stuff goes out, but friends or family, I'm working with something that I can cut extras of right away and show it to you guys in a video, right? Yeah. So we call that working smarter, not harder. It's like, well, you hate to kill birds, but killing two birds with one stone, right? But it's a great question. I do have some of my favorites. Something that I usually keep more often than not is wildlife stuff and masculine stuff, because we just don't have, I don't think we carry enough of that to keep me happy. I'm always happy, but you know what I mean. So those are the things that I keep. Like we had this big deer head with horns that was just really cool. It was just a solid image, like a silhouette. And of course, I had to keep that. And then the bear set, I had to keep that. So there's some things that I keep, but mostly when it retires, I'm getting new product in here, and I love to play with new product. So yeah, great question. Yeah, Tracy says she agrees about the masculine sets. Right. I wish we had more masculine stuff, but you know, people really struggle. I've heard from you guys that you really struggle making masculine cards, and I get that. And that's why I love to make them for you. I should be doing that because I said I'm running out of man birthday cards, get well cards. I don't make a lot of thank you cards for men, but birthday and get well is important, right? And retirement. But we have that new sailboat bundle that is fantastic for the boys. So, okay, let me flip this around. We're gonna hopefully not push any buttons, wrong buttons, right? Let's see. I'll do it this way. There we go. Okay, and I always like to get this lined up so I'm not crooked, right? Nobody likes to be crooked. So for those of you, hang on, I'm going to slide you guys just a little bit. For those of you that might be new to me, I have a website, www.AStampAbove.com, and you will find my store link there. And you're going to find all the details about the cards that we're making tonight, and also all the other cards that I've probably ever made. My blog has pages and pages and pages of great ideas and videos and all the things. So please make sure you go check it out. And again, if you would like to place an order or just even see the details of the cards we're making tonight, like what color was that cardstock? It'll be on my blog. And it'll take me about a couple hours to get everything done and coded to be able to post the blog post for the cards we're making tonight. So I just wanted you to know that. Okay. Everything looks good on my camera. Tracy says she keeps all the tree and outdoor stuff. She loves the new sailboat set. Oh, I do too. I do too. There's so many things. I've made quite a few cards with it. I used it for swaps and it was really fun. Online exclusives, you guys. This is our third release, May 2025, of our online exclusive. So we're going to be using the celebratory Sips Suite tonight. And that is an online exclusive product. You will never find these items in our catalog. They're only online, and that allows Stampin' Up! To release new stuff more frequently, so that we have a lot more to choose from. And so they only put it in the online store. The celebratory Sips we're going to use tonight comes with a bundle, stamp set and dies. Also designer series paper, which is just so stinking adorable. A set of smaller embossing folders, which I'll show you in real life, holographic resin dots, and the gold striped mesh ribbon. And we'll be using all of this for a really cute card tonight. On my blog, right here, www.AStampAbove, you're going to see a little thumbnail about the new annual catalog. That has this flyer in it. You can go click on that. It'll say see more or view more or something like that. Click on that. You're going to find this flyer in there where you can click on it and save it to your device, computer, iPad, whatever you use, or you can print it out. And I've printed it out right from my blog. So this shows all of the products. This is the Floral Impressions Suite Collection, all the things that go with it. You can buy the whole thing with one number or one click, or you can buy individual items. And then we've got some bundles here, and it shows pictures of the dies and the stamp set, nice big ones. And then we've got some individual stamp sets. Well, and here's some more bundles. Some individual stamp sets too. Lots of fun stuff. We've got a new punch. We've got the in-color markers. We've got the shaker domes for that little pig. Oh my gosh, look at the little pig. It's so cute. Am I even in my camera? Look at that little pig. So all the things that were released in the May 2025 new online exclusives are all right here in this flyer. So if you would like a flyer, or you want to just save it to your device, or you can just come back to my blog and look for the thumbnail of the new annual catalog is here, and you will be able to check this out. So I just think these are really handy. Okay, next up, let's see. We have a join special going on till the end of May. So May 31st is the last day. You get to choose $165 in any product you want for only $99. No shipping. It's got free shipping on it. You get a whole bunch of extra stuff in here. You get to be on my team as a discount shopper, or you can build a business, or you can do something in between. It's completely up to you. I never push anybody to do any more than they want to. And I know I've got a whole bunch of team members on here tonight. I can see you guys that can vouch for me that it's completely whatever you want to participate in. If you just want to get your discount and not do anything else, you are more than welcome to do that. But we have a team Facebook group. We have card challenges. We have a fun team meeting every month with mystery stamping and demonstrations on how to make this card or do that technique, which is really fun. You get to be part of our training every Tuesday. I also do a Q&A live every Tuesday. Everything is online. The team meeting is a virtual Zoom meeting. It's so much fun. There's a whole other world out there besides what you see me do here for the public. So if you have an order that you want to put in that's anywheres around $100, join my team. You get to choose $165 in product and only pay $99. You don't even have to pay shipping on that particular order. Check it out. See what it's like. There's no drawbacks. There's no strings attached. You can check it out. If it's not for you, that's fine. We can still be friends. You can still order from me when you need product or want product. I will never treat you any differently. But I just want you to know that's available. This special is only till the end of May, and it is a fantastic deal. Fantastic. You get $66 free for over and above what you're paying, $99. It's a no-brainer to do that. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Under this video is a link to join my team. You just click on it and start filling out the stuff. It's going to ask you for your name, your address, your things, your choices, what you want to order. It's really fun. And second to last, annual catalog, brand new, started May 6th. If anybody would like a copy of this, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. Pop me an email at Kelly at @stampabove.com with your address, and I would be happy to mail you the annual catalog. You're going to love it. We can finally open it because it started, and it is fantastic. It's just so pretty. So many pretty ideas. Here is that suite we're going to use. I'm so excited. And then we have the Stampappy Academy. This is a website that I run with my friends, Barb and Dina, Barb and Dina, who is married to, what did Dawson call him? The big boy. That's what we're calling Andy from now on, the big boy. Anyways, we decided to add more content to a subscription and lower the price because we know things have been tough for people. So for $20 a month, you get so many things. You get 3 live classes every month. You get our online class PDF goes on there. We have Stampappy Party live once a month. That is just so much fun. Barb, Dina, and I stamp together virtually. And we have quarterly bingo available. There's 4 years worth of content on here for a low price of $20 a month. It is amazing. If you join my team, you have the opportunity to subscribe for not $20 a month, but $5 a month. So it's a fantastic deal. All details at stampappyacademy.ning.com. Whew! Who's ready to stamp? I am ready. And since I've been talking about these celebratory sips, we're going to bring that in first. Does anybody have any questions Let's see. Can you make any celebratory sips into an old-fashioned? Melanie wants to know. Well, Melanie, I think anything could be made into an old-fashioned. I think we do this right here. We do have an olive and a little pick here because I like my old-fashions with olives. If you're not an olive person, we have an orange and we have cherries. Why couldn't that be an old-fashioned? It certainly could. So yes, Melanie, we can make it into an old-fashioned. Tonight, however, we're making a little fruity drink. So, okay. Joe says the community alone that comes with being on Kelly's team is worth every penny to join. It is so much fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sharon, Connie, Joe. I see all of you guys coming in here. Really appreciate it. Sips and cheers, cheers and sips. We've got 20 stamp sets in here. We've got 15 different dies that come with this set. This is all part of a suite. So let me get the rest of the suite out here. These are the Glass and Gardens embossing folders. Oh goodness, these are small folders and they're meant kind of like as a little, I don't know, I lost my words, but a real fun little element on your scrapbook pages or your cards. This one is floral. And then this one is super cool. It's kind of like a retro pattern. But the thing that I really like about it, let me get this out. This is a die. This is a glass. This cuts out a glass. And this makes a pattern on the inside of the glass. Like my glasses have a pattern on them, my kitchen dinner glasses. And so it makes this pattern, which this folder looks really good with. Okay, let me get this back in here. So we have the dies, we have these embossing folders. You get both of them in the pack. And again, you can order this entire suite or you can order individual. You can just get the folders, you could just get the paper, you can just get the bundle, whatever makes you happy. Here comes that beautiful mesh ribbon. Gold mesh, super fun to work with, easy to tie bows and knots. You will love this. And also these holographic resin dots, so pretty. You can see that I colored one here. I did that, but then it kind of took away the holographic shine of the dots, so then I didn't use it because I'm like, I really like the holographic look here. So whatever, but you can color these with an alcohol marker. So I've got a whole bunch of cards to share with you that I got in swaps. Let's get on to what we are actually going to be making with this. This is one of my favorite new suites. And again, this is all online products, so they're not in the catalog. I have Pretty in Pink, new Strawberry Slush in color, the Smoky Slate, and Basic White ink pads. I'm also going to be using some Stampin' Blend markers. We have Light Flirty Flamingo, Dark Flirty Flamingo, and Light Peach Pie here. Isn't that just a pretty color combination? I like this. It's very springy, summery. Get out my stamps here. I am bringing in my piercing mat. I saw somebody doing this the other day where they just had a piece of paper that they laid on it rather than wrapping it around. So I'm going to try that. See if I like it, because that'll save me paper and time, which is always good, right? Okay, let me get my, gosh, I'm glad that dry spot went away in my throat. I'm like, oh, my eye is watering and everything. So let me get this out here. We're going to get out our layers and make a pretty card. Okay, I got to get a drink. Okay, Joan says, I taught my first live class for caregivers through the VA, only 3 participants. I learned ways to get things together from you, so things went smoothly. Joan, that is fantastic. I love that. I'm so glad you shared that with us too, because I know that those people probably, more than likely, had a really good time making cards with you. I've got my nested essentials here. We're going to be using the third from the smallest of the rounded corner rectangle. And let me see what I'm doing here. Oh, here's my layers. What am I doing? What is Kelly doing tonight? We are going to start out with Strawberry Slush. I've been using this a lot. I really like this color. I know we had it before and we brought it back, but it's just such a pretty kind of summery color. I really like it. So this is going to be 4 1/4 by 11, and we scored at 5 1/2. And Nancy says, I hope you use the sunrise sailboat in one of your videos. I believe, Nancy, that I used that last week. Let me look. Because I do a lot of private classes for Stampappy Academy. So things get a little jumbled up as to, didn't I just make something with that? Maybe not. I'm going to look. Whoops. I'm going to look on my blog. I think I did. Yep, I did. I have a card on my blog from last week using the sailboat. I've also got a card using the celebratory sips paper and the cheers and sips on 5/4 on my blog, which remember you're going to find right here. Okay, we have our card base ready. I've got an envelope, so basic white envelope, and then I've got a layer for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and then some DSP. So I am going to use this side of this beautiful paper, and this is 2 1/2 by 5. And then I'm going to use this side of this paper, 2 by 4 1/2. I've got a 3/4 inch by 4 piece for the inside. And again, I'm going to use this side. And then I've already die cut the third from the smallest rectangle from the Nested Essentials. I'm like, how can I forget that? I use it all the time. Nested Essentials on basic white. And a scrap of Strawberry Slush. And we're going to need white. So let me I'll grab a white scrap here too. Okay, so this is a really fun little card. Let's do this first. We're going to take these pieces of DSP and we're going to put them on the front of our card just like this. And I got a swap card that had this layout on it. And again, you know, I tell you guys all the time that I just I look for layouts and I'm like, oh, that's really unique. I'm going to totally use that. So this was a layout I got, and I wish I would have saved the card that it came from. I can't remember what it was, but I'm going to just put that bigger piece over here, and we're going to overlap this a little bit. I'm going to use the same margin on the right-hand side as I did on the left and center it from top to bottom, not top to top, top to bottom. And drop that in here. I'm still trying to remember what Steve said to me when he was getting the chicken out of the oven. It was really a smart alecky reply. Like, I gasped and almost threw something at him, but then we laughed. Okay, so we've got this on here. Then I think what I'll do is stamp up this inside layer, and we're going to use the Pretty in Pink and Strawberry Slush. So in this stamp set, we've got several little sentiments. I'm going to use the Let's Celebrate and the It's Your Day. And here's my stamps. This is the It's Your Day. I'm going to do that in the Strawberry Slush. I'm just going to put some fun little color in here. And then Let's Celebrate is going to be in the Pretty in Pink. And by the way, you guys, I chose these colors because they are listed as coordinating colors in the Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper. So sometimes people are like, how does she put all these colors together? This is just go with it, right? And it's going to look nice with the designer paper that I chose too. So Let's Celebrate is going to be the Pretty in Pink. Oh, I did it straight. That's what I was worried about. And then I'm going to take the orange, lime, lemon, whatever you need this little slice of citrus to be, it can be, right? So I'm going to do that in the Pretty in Pink, and I'm just going to decorate up the inside layer just with some fun. Then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to add our strip of designer paper down here just to spruce it up even a little bit more. The party should not be over when somebody opens your card. right? We should continue the pretty on the inside. Set straight. There we go. That looks great. I'm going to go ahead and put this right inside my card. And this could be a birthday card. This could be a card for just about anything because it doesn't say happy birthday on it, but you could certainly make it a birthday card. Okay, so we've got that inside done. As long as I've got my little citrus slice out here, I'm going to grab another piece of printer weight paper, and I'm just going to stamp this all around here, very randomly off the edge, and then I'm going to go with strawberry slush. So that was pretty in pink. Now we've got strawberry slush. I kind of spread them out kind of goofy there, but when you pull this off, look how cute that is. So now we've got our decorated envelope here. Look at what a mess I made right there. Hello, Terry from Colorado. I'm so glad you're here. And Jan from Minnesota. I was in Minnesota this morning. And I left Minnesota on time today. Which was just a huge bonus. We almost missed our flight. That was at the beginning of the video tonight. Yeah, it was pretty touch and go there for a while. Okay, so we've got this done and our card inside ready to rock. So we've done that. And now I'm going to take this little piece right here and the cheers. And I'm going to stamp cheers down the side here and strawberry slush. I'm going to start right in the middle, and then I'm going to stand up so I can really see what I'm doing. And do one more. I like to start in the middle because I can even it out. It's just easier when you start in the middle. You can even out 3 stamps of the same thing, right? And if you're not good at stamping stuff straight, make each one a little crooked. Then it's on purpose, and it counts. Then we're going to do the strawberry slush scrap with strawberry slush ink. We're going to stamp that, and we'll be die cutting it with the die that goes with it. We're going to take our white here, and we're going to stamp a strawberry slush. It's not really going to be an orange. It's going to be a citrus that's really pretty colors because it's my card and I can make it anything I want. So I'm making a new fruit that's pretty, that matches my card. That is exactly what I'm doing. And don't be afraid to make your own fruit. Then we've got smoky slate. And this is the little glass that could be an old-fashioned glass in smoky slate. Okay. Now, let's see. We've got our glass. We've got our... Okay. Let me move this and this and this, because now it's all about... I'm going to need that again. It's all about building things here. So you could definitely... Oh, I wanted to show you guys what you can do with this paper. I think I may have shown this to you last time, but we might have some new people here. So this paper is just so pretty. But look at this. We've got this whole page of watercolor glasses. Well, they're not really glasses yet, but I'm going to show you how they become glasses. These taller ones, you can do this. Now, if you use this paper this way, you want to make sure that you pop this up a little bit so that you have some empty space at the top of your beautiful fruit concoction, right? So we've got these taller ones, and then we have these smaller ones, and you're going to do the same thing. Don't come way down here, but leave a little white space up here, and you would just cut these out and then die cut them. You already have your glass. But what if you run out of paper? Order 2, just saying. What if you run out of paper or you don't want to use up the paper because you want to use this side? I get it. Let me show you the rest of this paper before I move it off and start something different here. So pretty. Look at, you can cut these out. The dies fit on some of these. You can die cut them with the 2 dies I just had out here. But we've got some really, really fun, bright, cheerful patterns in here. decided I was going to show you how I colored my glass instead of just use the designer series paper. So I'm going to take, let me see here. I'm going to take my light peach pie and we're going to color the outside of our citrus. And I'm not really sure what kind of citrus this is, but it's going to be Kelly citrus for now, because I don't think any citrus really looks like this. Maybe. But these are the colors I needed it to be to match what I was making. And it's my card. I love to say that. Okay, and now I'm going to take the light flirty flamingo. Blood orange. There you go. Thank you so much, Mickey, for asking for everyone to click on that like button or that thumbs up. That really helps me out. If everybody could do that, that would be wonderful. So I'm just coloring in the, what do they call this part? Oh, I had it and then I lost it. The inside. That's not what they call it. The pulpy part. Okay, so here is that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I am going to take that citrus and I'm going to do it again. I forgot to do this. So this is kind of a little special effects. So we've got our strawberry slush here, and I'm going to come right here. I'm going to stamp that again. Weird, right? Stamping it again. Then we're going to color it, and we're going to do something a little fancy here. And again, this is the light peach pie. Oops, I got one more little white there. And the light flirty flamingo. Now, I made this card for a swap. So I didn't have any of the new in-color blends when I made this card. Otherwise, I probably would have used strawberry slush in here instead of flirty flamingo. But I really like the way the flirty flamingo. Ouch. Whoops. I just stabbed myself. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're going to color our drink. This is how I did mine. I am going to, this is going to be the top of my drink. And this is the dark flirty flamingo. I'm just kind of giving it a lot of dark over here. And now I'm going to come in with the light, and I'm going to do a little blending. Looks like grapefruit. It does kind of, doesn't it, Robin? But I don't like grapefruit, so it's not grapefruit. Does that make sense? Not a fan. I would never make grapefruit. I know you'd love that one. So I'm trying to decide if I think I do. I think I want to come right across here. I want to make this darker just like the liquid is covering it. So I just colored over my fruit that we haven't decided what it is. But it's not grapefruit, Robin. So get that right out of your head. And I'm just going to keep blending here till it all kind of comes together. Oh my gosh, this is looking so good. Okay, so look at how my foo-foo drink looks. I think it looks great. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to use white. This is a white craft pad and those ice cubes. And let's see, I think I gotta kind of figure out which way you're gonna go. Strawberry daiquiri, Luann says, I like it. Nancy says she loved grapefruit until she had cancer. Yes, exactly, Nancy. I also had cancer, and you can't eat grapefruit with your medication. So, yeah. but it wasn't a problem for me because I don't like it. Did everybody get that memo? Kelly, not a fan of the grapefruit. Okay, so here's our ice cubes. Did you see how I turned those over? Now I know it's really faint in there, but you can see those ice cubes and it's just really cool looking. Trust me on that, you guys. Okay, could be pink lemonade. Doesn't have to be alcohol. Exactly. I had several like lava slushies that were on the alcohol menu, but I asked for no alcohol because, well, I had 2 toddlers with me and I just didn't think that was a very good plan to be drinking alcohol with the children at the park, right? No, that was a no, Kelly. Okay, now we're going to get out our dies. I think that was a very good decision on my part. So we're going to die cut this one. And then we're going to die cut this one. Like, yep, we're going to cut that off. So I didn't even need to color that, but I was too busy yakking to remember that I didn't need to do that. So we're going to color or die cut those. Let me see what I got going on here. Oh, we have to do the umbrella as well. Hang tight. There's a little umbrella thing here. Oh, and we need to do one more little stamping thing before we have this all done. So we're going to do that and that. And I am going to take this. I need to die cut this. I'll be right back. Hang on. Everybody take a drink. Here we go. Here comes our little drink. Let me get this out of here and this out of here. Did I have another? Oh, here's this one. Let me put all these dies back. Here comes my little umbrella. Here comes my little citrusy deal. And we need a stick for our umbrella. We can't forget the details. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do a little stick. That's our umbrella stick. I know it doesn't look like much now, but wait. Okay. So what I decided to do with this, I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to cut this edge off right here. I might not need to do this, but I might need to do it. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of trim this up a little bit because I'm doing this little kind of, I don't know, 3D thing with my fruit where I'm going to stick it on the side of the glass. So I'm going to kind of match up. There's the little thin one. I'm going to kind of match up my design here. And then I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to cut it right up to the middle. And we're going to slide this on just like you would get it in a restaurant. Isn't that cute? It continues there, right? Okay. Genius, right? I know it's not that big of a deal, but I thought it was kind of cool. So I'm going to do some dimensionals on my foo-foo drink. My strawberry daiquiri. This might be a lot, but whatever. And we are going to put that. I got home today and I cut off all my fingernails. They were all breaking. They're horrible. So they're all chopped off. I'm almost at the end of being patient about the nail thing. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have done that there, but whatever. It'll be fine. So here's this. We're going to put this on our card. But before we do that, we've got to get that ribbon in there because this really spruces things up quite a bit. So I'm going to zigzag some ribbon behind my little sentiment layer here. So I thought this was just the perfect little sentiment label to go on here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That looks really good. So you know what I like to do? I like to cheat and hold this all in place and take a piece of tape and secure it so I don't have to mess with it anymore. Pretty smart, right? Wow. I'm gonna trim this. Ooh, I love it. Okay, this is gonna go on here. Oh, isn't that so fancy? I think it looks great. Dimensionals. So we have a Ring doorbell on our front door, and I could see yesterday that Steve had the vacuum cleaner, the shop vac, and then the vacuum cleaner out on the front porch, and he vacuumed the front porch because, you know, winter dirt. And then he washed, we have some, I can never say it, Adirondack, whatever those chairs are, you know what I mean. He washed those off. We have a little table out there. He washed that off. He cleaned off the whole porch. Then he cleaned the oven, which has been just gross and like almost causing fire department calls every time we use it, or he uses it. So he cleaned that all out. He cleaned the rack. He cleaned the pizza pan. That's kind of a mesh thing that was gross. He cleaned all the things. Look at how cute this is, you guys. So yeah, he was cleaning all the things. How did we get that on there? Okay, so for this, he was a cleaning maniac. And that's what I came home to. And you know what he says to me? He goes, "You're lucky to have me." And I go, "Oh, I know it." You need to tell me twice, pal. Yeah, he gets bored easily. And if he doesn't have something to do, he starts doing things like that. And then he said, "Oh, he's got to take that thing out from the door of the refrigerator, you know, that gets all full of dirt under the door, that whatever it is, grill or whatever." He's gonna do that too. Oh my gosh, is this not so cute? And I'm like, "You go." I will be right behind you, cheering you on. I really get a kick out of it because this is all the stuff that I used to do. But remember, he doesn't have a job anymore. His job is to take care of me. And he does a really good job of it most of the time. So here comes the beautiful holographic resin dots. Look at how pretty that is, you guys. What do you think? Yeah, Joan wants him. I know, Joan. Lots of women do. Joan says he can come to my house anytime. Lou Ann says the same thing. Look at how just sweet this is, right? And do you guys want to see a bunch of other cards made with this suite of products? Well, hang tight. I will show you. These are just so pretty. Okay, so here's the one that we just made together, right? Here comes, oh my good Lord, look at how cute this is. Isn't that so sweet? There's that that die that does this. And look at, they use that fun little embossing folder. Was this a celebration embossing folder? I think it was, which is kind of a no-no with a swap. So, but I just noticed it. It's really pretty. Isn't that cute? Yeah. So this was made by my friend Judy, and she's got all of the designer paper back here. Looks like she sponged her umbrella, and she cut a little strip there. See, I used the stamp that has the little umbrella stick in it, but she just cut a little tiny piece of cardstock, which looks fantastic. Okay, this is from my friend Sherry Pyer, and this is really fancy, you guys. Check this out. Good grief. Ready? Holy cannoli. I think that's, yep, that's what it does. Look at this. And it stands up. This is very cool. This is a very cool card. And it moves around. Yeah, way to go, Sherry. Way to knock it out of the park. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And she die cut the designer paper for hers. And it looks so pretty. Right? And it all goes in an envelope. I love it. Okay, next. Oh, Sherry, you're on here. I'm so happy to see you. She always makes fabulous cards. And yeah, you do, Sherry. You know you do. Here we go. Here's another one. Look at this. Little place to write. Got the embellishments, the umbrellas. She used the embossing folder for the inside instead of like coloring the liquid. This is really cool. This is from, oh, my friend Candy. Another beautiful swap card. Then we have Judy. Judy was just at the incentive trip. I don't know where Candy was. I didn't see Judy. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the other Judy either. But look at this. She cut out the designer paper here. She's got her panels of designer paper, that beautiful mesh ribbon. This is called gold striped mesh ribbon. Again, online exclusives. And this die looks like a paper plate, doesn't it? Those white paper plates. I just noticed that. But how pretty is this? Let's celebrate. Gorgeous. Last but not least. Oh, no, I've got more. Look at how cool this is. Here's that embossing folder. That's part of this suite. I love this layout. Like, it's really cool. You're going to see this layout from me again with something else. That's kind of what I like to do, is take something and make it new, right? How pretty that is. And again, this paper is part of the celebratory sips. That's a really hard word to say. Designer paper. And we have this one. This one is from Kim. Look at how pretty this is. Again, we've got our little cheers to you. And she just really used the designer paper with a nice layout. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys love this suite? I just think it's so cute. And again, it doesn't have to be alcohol. If that is not your deal, these can be like who said strawberry lemonade? It can be a whole bunch of different things. These look like wine. So, you know, this paper is kind of alcohol-y. But I saw Dina take this little pitcher right here and cut it out. That's strawberry lemonade, right? And this is really pretty too. So there's a lot of different things in here you could do without the alcohol factor. I don't know why you would not want the, no, I'm just kidding. Why wouldn't you want the alcohol factor? But I get it. This is pretty. But again, I had drinks on our trip that I said, no alcohol in them, please. They were just refreshing and beautiful. And who doesn't love a foo-foo drink? 1,000,000 calories in it. Perks you up. Okay, that was fun. Oh, I wanted to show you. Here is the Flirty Flamingo, right? That's the Flirty Flamingo that I use. This is the Strawberry Slush Blends, which is really pretty. And as long as we're here, let's put some ice cubes in that glass. Hang on here. I think I did it this way. So we're going to do, this is going to really show those ice cubes up better. I think I did that first one. There we go. Look at that. So this is Strawberry Slush. This one is the Flirty Flamingo Blends. Super pretty, right? I just wanted to try it since I got those blends in. I didn't have them when I originally made this card. I'm going to clean this off. So do you like how I just throw my stamps over there? I like to be speedy for you guys because I don't want anybody falling asleep. That would be embarrassing. Okay. Let me set this aside and bring in the next fun card. What are we going to make next? We're going to do this one. So I have a brand new, well, another new, because we've got a lot of new stuff right now, right? A lot of brand new stuff to share with you. And of course, you pick and choose what makes you happy, because that's what it's all about. So, oh, let me set this up here so I have my little cheat sheet. This is sentimental framing. This is a bundle, and there are fabulous sentiments in here. There's 13 different sentiments in here. I love all the difference in the fonts. These are much smaller than they appear to be. Like, these are pretty good size sentiments. The thinking of you is actually this big. So I really like that. I like this one. From laughs to tears, I'm happy we've shared them together. Isn't that sweet? I'm so grateful. Love you, thinking of you. You make everything feel all right. Our friendship is full of memories I treasure the most. Wishing you all the best. You make my day that much brighter and my love for you that much stronger. to have you in my life. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Through it all, you've always been there for me, and there are no words to fill the void, but know that I am here. So there's a lot of really feel good sentiments in here. This is part of a bundle. Again, this is an online exclusive. And check out these dies are crazy. Oh my gosh. So these have all kinds of little elements or borders in them that is really cool. So you can make all these frames. Let me see, do I have any in here? Yep, I do. I was playing with this quite a bit. I'll be sharing more cards with you using this. But look at these. You can stamp sentiments on there. That's actually this particular die right here. You see the detail in them. This was out of some designer paper. So pretty. This is a great layer, but it's the negative left over from this big frame. So every time you cut this big frame out, you get this, which I think is cool. Same with this one. Every time you cut this frame out, you get a label out of the center of there. So I love it when our dies do double duty like that. There are, of course, the label always covers it up, 6 different dies in this particular set. And again, this is called Sentimental Framing Dies. And I am going to be using this edgelet. We used to have a lot of edgelets. We don't have so much anymore, but this does the edge of a layer. So, oh, and the Strawberry Slush and Pretty and Pink Gems. We're going to use those, as well as the brand new Basic Beige. This is 3/8 inch wide classic ribbon. This is really nice and thin. It ties super nice. I love it when they do that. I've got Pretty Peacock ink here. And let me bring in my layers. Oh, hang on. Let me bring in the designer paper. Because this is the beautiful Gallery 6x6 designer paper. Now, this has 48 sheets in the pack. There are 4 of each design and 12 different designs. So here's the first one and the back. It's got kind of like a, I don't know what you call that. What do you call that pattern? I had it and then I lost it. So there's one. Here's a pretty floral. Another pretty floral. And kind of like a road map. City map. Which is weird. I don't know how that has anything to do with this. But I think you can use it with the water ones. This is pretty too. Sceneries. Lots of texture usually on the back of these. Oh, look at this one. I like that. It's like a charcoal drawing. Look at this one. Kind of same thing. Very cool. Here's another one. Scenery. And a neat texture pattern on the back. Look like oil paintings, right? Oil painting? I would say so. I like the colors in this one. And like a plaster wall. And then this one. So, Gallery, beautiful Gallery, this is called. You get lots of paper in here. And here's what we're going to make. Hang on. I'm going to pull all of these out of here. We are going to use this particular pattern. It's the back of that like charcoal drawing. And oh, let's set that aside. We've got our ribbon here. Basic Beige. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I am using Lost Lagoon for my card base, 5.5 by 8.5. And then I'm going to, I've already scored it at 4 1/4. We're going to burnish the edge there. So again, Lost Lagoon, Basic Beige. I've got a basic white envelope here. And as long as we're, I was going to say manhandling our cardstock, but we're not. We're being nice to it. I don't know why that popped into my head. I'm going to use this side. I think that'll go nice with our card. So this is 2.5 by 6. Because I have to push that all the way up to the top where that dried fast. It's not very good. Nobody will know. And then we're going to trim it off. Okay. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Just pretty. I thought it would go nicely with the colors that I chose here. Okay, so this designer paper that we're going to use this scenery side. This is 3 by 5.5. This is Pretty Peacock, 1 by 5.5. We're going to do our technique on here. And I am going to, there's a line of dots here. Okay, that's going to be die cut. I'm going to do that up against, not quite all the way to the edge. Okay, so about right here, we're going to tape that down and we're going to run it through our die cutting machine. And when we get done, it's going to look like that. Okay, I think we're ready to stamp. So this is the little tricky part. It's not real terrible tricky, but it always gives me a little bit of anxiety, I guess. Makes me a little nervous. I think anxiety is overused a lot. So makes me a little nervous. I am going to stamp right on my designer paper. Are you guys ready for this? Make sure you have it inked up good because you get one shot at this. Oh, looks fantastic. Okay. Right? Looks great. I also have a little 1/2-inch sliver of that same paper that I used for the envelope flap. And I'm going to put that on my basic beige, which is my inside layer. Before I do anything to it, we're going to use that Pretty Peacock, and we're going to stamp our inside sentiment, which says, "There are no words to fill the void, but know that I am here." And then we're going to glue this on because we never glue anything together until our stamping is done. You know why, right? Everybody knows why. We've all been there. Okay. Ooh, that looks very nice. Let me close this up. And we'll put this right on the inside. Ah, look what I just did. I smeared it. I got ink on my finger and I got it on my card. You guys probably can't even see that. But there it is right there. Let me get my baby wipes. And I will worry about that later because I can get that off with a sand eraser. But I gotta get my fingers cleaned up. Okay. All right. Then we are going to bring this in. And this, remember, was 3 by 5.5. So it goes all the way to the bottom of our layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this right on here with a pretty healthy margin on the right side. Okay. There we go. Oh, that looks really good. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right over here, and I'm going to leave like the same margin on this side that I left on this side. So we're going to put this in here. And I see, I think I have, do I have a thing right there? No, I don't know why I thought one of the holes wasn't popped out. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. Again, same margin. Oh my gosh, this is an easy card, you guys, but I think it's really pretty because of the designer paper. And these scenery papers, you guys might have some scenery papers. These dies would go perfect with them to make all kinds of pretty cards. They're elegant and they're easy. And I think these papers, this beautiful gallery is just kind of really subtle. Some of the patterns are a little more bold, but the colors make it subtle and soothing. I think this is great for thinking of you, get well, sympathy cards. Just some really pretty subtle patterns that work perfect. And a little old world, right? Let me see, see if I can get a hold of my ribbon to cut it off. There we go. Oh my goodness. And then all we need is our embellishments. And I was using, which this seems very odd, right? That I would use this color. But the gold ones that are in here are clear. And I thought this would just be very elegant. And whoops, let me get a hold of one. Very elegant and regal. So I'm going to kind of do that. And that was a large one. And I'll put a little smaller one over there. And maybe, what do I have more of? I have more small ones. So I'll put a little small one right up there. And that just adds that little bit of bling. Oh, so pretty. So super easy, lovely card. Again, beautiful gallery. And I could see making a whole set of these, like this paper. I'm not going to stamp thinking of you on this paper, right? But all of these papers would look nice with the edge border. I love this one. This one you could stamp thinking of you on there, right? Thinking of you with the boats and the water. This is the one we used. This one, you could probably put this over here and stamp a thinking of you up here. This one might not, yeah, this one, the thinking of you might fit over here, but it would be tight. But you could do a different sentiment right on there. This one is a little odd. I don't know what to do with it. But I love this side. So there you have it. This you could put a label on with the thinking of you. And I love this side too. It's just very subtle. Here's another great one. Here's a great one with the thinking of you stamped up here, or any other sentiment. But anyways, that's what I wanted to do with this particular paper, because the scenery just kind of steals the show. Just makes it so nice and easy and quick. You could make a bunch of these cards and give them as a gift, because I know we all have friends and family that we don't know what to give them, and they're, you know, a lot of them are a little bit older and they don't need a bunch of junk, right? But they do have friends that could use some encouragement or some comfort, or, you know, get well, whatever. But yeah, sentimental framing. And I don't know what I did with that edgelet. So that's got me a little perplexed here. I will find it though. Does anybody know what I did with it? Oh well. Okay, we have another card to make. We can't fret over a die. I'll find it, don't worry. No, it'll bug me for the rest of the night. This next one, this is so pretty too. This next card is quick and simple. So it won't take much time. Let me put this over here. I am going to be using the absolutely gorgeous Florals in Bloom DSP. Oh, and I'm just now looking at comments, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Beautiful card, pretty card. Yeah, it's just very simple, right? This paper, beautiful, beautiful, brand new. And so many pretty florals. The backgrounds, the back sides of these are also very useful and attractive. Let's see if I can get a different one out here. Here's one. Oh, I just showed you that one. I think this is my favorite. I do love them all, but I really like this one because I love those little flowers. Here's another one here. Oh, I already showed you that. I think I might have showed you all of these. Oh, that shouldn't be in there. So the dies that come with this floral set cut out some of these flowers. So if you were in our new product launch party, I showed you all the ins and outs, probably more than you ever wanted to know about this particular bundle suite of products. Probably more than you ever wanted to know, but this is the Pretty Florals. And we've got the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. And then we've got a whole set of dies that are all flowery and leafy. And this is the stamp set that coordinates with the dies. Of course, there's some leaves and stuff in here that aren't part of the stamp set, which I love, like this and this and this and this and this, right? And then we have the stamps, all of these, and some more dies that don't have a stamped image, which is always fun. So, florals, Pretty Florals bundle, Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper, and I am teaming it up right out of the gate. We're going to go crazy with this. I'm going to bring in this die from the textured notes. That's all these rectangles, right, that have all these pretty little designs around the outside edge. And I am using the second from the smallest. So I'm using this, oops, this particular die from the textured notes dies. Okay. This is another online exclusive product. You guys have seen these where there's a whole bunch of sentiments. You can stamp this once and die cut with the die, and it cuts all these words out into labels. Brand new one, more messages, lots of good sentiments in here. You're the absolute best. Happy birthday, I adore you. Forever friends, good luck. You're simply incredible. Hooray. Oh, happy day. A note. Time to celebrate. Lots of love. You can do anything. Way to go. Hi there. Miss you. Always here for you. Hello. You're simply incredible. Thanks a lot and congratulations. All of that in one bundle. Crazy, right? So we're going to be using that, and I'm just going to show you how that works. If you've never seen one of these, they're pretty cool. And then we've got the pressed flowers embossing folder, which is really pretty. So we'll be using that too. Let me get out my giant stamp, and I see that I bent my cardstock, so that's wonderful. Let me grab another piece here. Need to be more careful. There we go. My stamps. I'm going to be using Blackberry Bliss ink and the Twisted Gold thread. This is an online exclusive product also that came out in an earlier release. I ordered a ton of this, you guys, because I love it. It is so cool. Twisted Gold thread, right? Yes, Twisted Gold. It's gold twisted thread. Really love this stuff. Okay, Blackberry Bliss ink. Let me get out my little pieces here. Now, this is a great card. Well, some of it is a great card for using up scraps. But I use quite a bit of Designer Series paper because I absolutely love this Designer Series paper. And this is an easy card too. So we've got our 2.5 by 6 inch Designer Series paper, and this is another one of the Designer Series papers, like the celebratory sips. Is that what it's called? Yeah, celebratory sips. The little drinks or lemonade, whatever you want to call it. This is another one where I would definitely order 2 of this because this paper is just, there's so many different patterns in it that I adore, and I will use the heck out of this. Because, you know, florals you can do with anything. You can do it for a birthday. You can do it for any occasion. Thank you card, get well, blah. Florals always work. So, isn't that so pretty? I think this is my favorite. Okay, next up, here's the rest of our little pieces. So, I have a fresh freesia card, 5.5 by 8.5. I believe that the gold thread is on the last chance list, Verna. I think that you are correct about that. Oh, Marilyn just confirmed it. Yes, yes, it is. So yes, it is. Okay, then we're going to do just a tiny bit of stamping here. Let me bring this in. This is 3 by 4.5 basic white. And I am going to grab, oh, I'm using fresh freesia also. Fresh freesia, and that's really hard to say. Blackberry Bliss. Meh. Let's try not to get it on our hands, Kelly. Let me wipe my hands on my pants first. Okay. So I am going to go the fresh freesia route. And I'm just going to stamp these pretty little flowers. And again, this is from the Pretty Florals 2-step stamping. That's really cool. 2-step stamping, 2-step stamping, 2-step stamping. And then there's stems for these flowers too. I really, really like this floral set. Okay, so here's our little cluster of whatever we want to call these. Are they hyacinths? You guys that know flowers better than I, you can tell me what kind of flowers these are, but I really love them. This is like my favorite little, let's see if I can get this lined up. I can't stick my head right on top. Well, I did a really crappy job. Let's try our dark color first. That'll probably be easier. So Blackberry Bliss, then I'm gonna come in with the fresh freesia. Yeah, this is gonna be easier. Oh, so much better. Look at this one or this one. Okay, this one it is. And, ooh, hang on, something just fell down. We are going to set this over here so I don't make a mess. I am going to take a piece of designer paper, make sure it's right side up, and this is 4 by 5.25. Watch what I do here. This is why you need to order 2 packs of this paper. This is our inside layer. And I just used all that designer paper. And it is worth it. Look at how pretty that is. You guys that have a ton of celebration paper, this is a great idea. Use that paper to make the inside really pretty. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to take that embossing folder. This is the Pressed Flowers embossing folder. And we are going to put our 4 by 5.25 inch piece. Look at, I have ink on my finger. We're going to put this piece in here just like this. So this goes right up to the top and we're going to emboss it. And when we do that, it looks like this. Isn't that pretty? I don't know what these are. They look like those little baby's breath or those little bell type flowers. I don't know. But anyways, we've got that done. Then we're going to take a scrap of the Designer Series paper. And let me move some of this stuff out of my way here. This is the Florals in Bloom. And we're going to take that second from the smallest textured notes. And we're going to die cut 3 of these. 3 of these. So you can grab your scraps. This is a great way to use up your scraps. Die cut 3 of them. I have those done right here. And you can see that pattern around the outside edge that I think is so pretty. And then 3 pieces of blackberry. These are 1 3/8, 1 3/8 by 2 7/8. And we're just going to glue these on here. I told you, once you do this, this is a really easy card, but ooh, it's so pretty. And I don't think that I made this for a swap card. I think that I was just playing around with this whole bundle when I was doing a product spotlight for that new catalog launch party. And I made this card. Okay, look at how pretty that is, right? All right, then we're going to take this and we are going to put these panels on. So, I'm going to put this one in the middle first. I'm going to put this in the middle. You should probably almost do this side first and then, yeah, I think so. Let's put this one over here. I'm going to center it, keep it this distance from the left. Then, and make sure your flowers are right side up. If you have a definite pattern, you definitely don't want them to be upside down. Then I'm going to do the same distance from the right as I did over here. That's going to be easier to figure this out. Oops. There you go. Oops, that's crooked. There we go. And then one in the middle. Yep, I think that's a winner. I'm going to turn this one around because it doesn't really look upside down or right side up on this piece. And I have blue and blue and blue, so I don't want blue all the way across the bottom. I don't know why that matters to me, but it just does. It's my card. It's my card. I can do what I want. Oh, that looks a little crooked. There we go. Glue. You gotta love glue. Slide that around. And, oh my goodness, isn't this pretty? Now, I put the glue all the way around the edge of this layer because it's embossed. And you guys, you know that it kind of buckles at the sides. So you want to make sure you get your glue all the way around the embossed layer on the back. Isn't that so pretty already? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this big kahuna, and here's my cardstock that I had to grab a new one. I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss with this. Marilyn said that sheet is her favorite in the whole pack too. I know, I really love it a lot. I've used almost all of them in that pack so far. Okay, Blackberry Bliss. Close this up. Let me wipe my fingers on my pants. Then I'm going to take a little piece of paper. I'm going to put this on here, just like that. And you're going to go with a nice flat hand. You can use a brayer on here if you want, but this is how you use the big background stamps. You don't ever try to stamp them, like hold the stamp and stamp them. It's a disaster. Just trust me. You can try it. Use a scrap at first. It just doesn't work good. Let's see how I did. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't push hard enough on some of these. So, but I can stamp up lots of them. And I just smeared that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take that die, let this dry a little bit before I start feeling around on it. I didn't do that. I'm going to take this die, and these all line up on here, just like this. Do you see that? Is that just the craziest thing? So what I do is I take my tape. I've got temporary tape here. Take my tape. I'm going to line these all up. You guys will do a better job stamping than I did. But I'm going to hold this in place so it doesn't move. I'm going to run this through my machine. Hang tight. It's going to pop and crackle. Don't worry about it. Don't let that scare you. Show it who's boss. And here comes our bits and pieces. And again, I didn't stamp these very good, but you got the picture, right? Now, you have all of these labels that you can use. And what I did with mine is, let me put my tape back. What I did with my extra ones, this would be a good thing to give somebody these with dimensionals on the back, and they can put their own sentiment on, right? What I did with mine, where's my dies at? Right here. I took all the extra ones and threw them right in a little bag here. I've got all of these in various colors. So this is such a cool way to get all of these sentiments. It's just crazy. Okay, so I think on this one, I'm going to use Always Here For You. Let me get this out of the way. And I'm going to put my sentiment right about in here. So I'm going to do some dimensionals on the back. Verna says, you're amazing coming off a plane and vacation and little sleep last night. It'd take me a week to recover. I did take a nap today and I did sleep on the planes. Not well, but I did sleep. So, but thank you. I'm pretty flexible about things like that. Okay, so this was just a little bit left over. I don't think this is enough. So I'm going to throw this back in here and grab my other roll. I was going to try to use it up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yeah, so that's a really good question. Lynn says, so you need a piece larger than 5.5 by 4 1/4. Yes, you do. So that sheet that I cut, let me grab that out again. Oh. What? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm like, where did that go? My sheet wasn't big enough, and it was 4 1/4 by 5.5. So you need something, I would say probably 6 by 5. Cut your sheet 6 by 5, and that will work perfectly to fit with all of this. I mean, and I did measure this, but I got it too close. Yeah, this should have been at a minimum 4.5 by 6. Definitely. So yes. All right, here we go. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take this string and wrap it around here a few times. I just wrapped it around my fingers here. And then I am going to, so it's a circle. I'm going to go like this. So now you've got like a figure 8. Okay. Can you guys see that? That's how I'm going to do it. Just like that. And now I kind of like to goof it up a little bit. Just like that. Okay. And I'm going to put that right in here. And I think how I'm going to do that is with a piece of dimensional. So watch me do this one-handed. Guys, this is just pure raw talent. Of course, you know, I'm just kidding. Watch me screw this all up. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my dimensional straight across over my little strips here, or my little strings. And I just want to kind of goof these up a little bit. I don't want them to be perfect. We're going to take this off. Maybe. I have no fingernails. And we'll get this off. So I did a circle around my fingers, then I flipped it, did a figure 8 there with it, and now I'm going to come in here and do this. Make sure this is on here straight, because Lord knows I've kind of messed up everything else. And then I think that I'm going to grab one of those embellishments that I used. Yeah, I'm going to use this strawberry slush and Pretty in Pink gems. These are online exclusive strawberry slush and Pretty in Pink gems. That's exactly what they are. And I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to put it right there. Boom. How pretty is that, you guys? Super easy. And you can use up your scraps. This was not a scrap. But I love this. What do you guys think of that on the inside? I thought, I want something really pretty on the inside. And I thought, oh, that's really pretty for sure. Oh, hang on. My iPad says it's not charging. So I'm probably going to lose you on that. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Tracy. Oh my gosh, isn't it so pretty? So again, that was the Florals and Bloom Designer Series paper. And then I've got that pressed flowers embossing folder. I'm going to just move all this off to the side. Oh, how do you clean this? You can use a baby wipe. You guys know that you should never, ever, ever run these foam stamps underwater, right? You should never, ever do that because you will ruin that foam that's in there and your stamps will not last long. Baby wipe, or I like to take my chamois and just kind of push it down in here, clean this all off. Good to go. It's ready for the next time. If you don't have a giant block like this, you don't have to have one. You can just lay this down. You can just lay it down and put your paper on there, but you always bring your paper to your stamp. You don't try to stamp with this. It's a disaster. I've never had it work right. Okay, this was More Messages, which is a bundle with the fabulous More Messages dies. Love these. You could also, you know, if you just wanted this die, you could definitely do this die and find other sentiments that fit into all these. But I mean, this is pretty cool, right? And then these flowers came from that pretty floral set, which is also a bundle of happiness. A bundle of happiness. Okay, let me get all this out of my way. Gosh, I can sure make a mess. You know it. You guys live it too, right? Just a mess. Here comes our pretty little card here. This was so serene. It just says calming and pretty. Here's this last one we did. And our cocktail or lemonade. That works too. So, lots and lots of new fun. Sentimental framing, sips and cheers. Is that it? Cheers and sips and cheers. And the pretty florals. Yeah. So, there you go. There's some fun cards. All the dimensions for these will be shown on my blog. You got to give me a couple hours to get all the pictures taken and everything coded. And there's a lot. A lot of things have to happen tonight before the blog post is live, but I will have all of these on here so you can go and recreate if you have your own paper, you know. You can do this with any type of paper. It doesn't even have to be floral. It can just be geometric designs. And that would be, you know what? If you had some geometric designs or just some different designs than flowers, this would be a great card for a man. You know, a get well card or whatever you need. Okay. So now I have some mail, and then I'm going to show you my goodies that I got from my trip to the happiest place on earth. I have to show you this first. This is a card from Haley, and this is my Mother's Day card, and she had her entire class make these for their moms. And look at it. Isn't it just really cool? Yeah. Ah, happy Mother's Day. I love you. Isn't that fun? I just thought this was really, really cute. What a cute card. And it just sits up just like that. So yeah, I thought that was pretty ingenious. Next, I have a card here from, this is from Shauna, who is my good friend and team member, Kathy's daughter. She's getting married next month, and I went to her shower, which was fabulous. I told you guys all about it, but look how pretty that card is. Yeah, her mama obviously made these. And it was thank you for the shower gift, so that was beautiful. And then Carol Lindley, whoops, let's do this right. Carol Lindley sent this card. Check this out. I've seen these before. And she got the Starstruck embossing folder as a prize. But isn't that fun? We'll be doing this, you guys, because I really like this. We have a ton of designer paper. We all do. You, me, all of us. And we need to start using it up. And I think this is a fantastic way to do it. Thank you, Carol, from Bernie, Missouri. Okay, let me move these out of the way. Now, if you guys want to hang around, if it's too late for you, please don't overstay. Because you can come back and fast forward right to this point and be able to see what I'm going to share from my trip to Disney. Let me get a drink. Okay, so let me get this big bad boy up here. I'm going to set these aside so I don't lose them. And here we go. So I have to show you this first. This is the cutest thing. I don't buy a lot when I go on vacation as a rule. I used to, and then it was just a bunch of crap, right? I never used it. I came home and went, oh, what am I going to do with that? But I bought these. I gotta show you these. Oh, that's really ugly. Oh, I'll put them on this black flower. I found these in the gift store at the Contemporary Resort. And I just really liked how dainty they are. And they have a little gold and a little silver. I hope you guys can see that. That is Tinkerbell sitting on a half moon. And it doesn't look like that from far away. It just looks like a pretty little earring, right? And it's got the little diamond things in it. And so I bought myself some really pretty little earrings. And these were a little pricey. I don't usually spend a lot of money on earrings. I buy costume jewelry as a rule. But I just thought these were precious. So I bought myself a gift. Yes. Yay. That was fun. Okay. I thought I'd share those with you before I lose one, because I know I'm gonna, because it's, you know, if it was a cheap earring, wouldn't matter. Okay, this was one of my prizes. Every day you go into the hospitality room and you spin the wheel and you win prizes on these trips, which is fantastic. And this is Christmas greetings mix and match specialty cards and envelopes. So there's cards in here. We got some plaid cards and some matching envelopes with some gold embossing. Oh, that's going to be fun for Christmas. You guys ready for this? What? Perfectly pairs. They had a bunch of sample cards. Now, these things are coming out in the mini catalog, the next mini catalog. I know we just got a brand new annual catalog, but we're getting gifts so that we can start preparing for the next catalog. And we have a huge, well, it's not a huge tree, but we have a pear tree that puts out pears this big in our backyard, and they are the most delicious things. So I was really excited. I got to choose this because I got to choose whatever you want spin. So perfectly pairs. There's a set of dies that go with this. I can't remember if there's paper. I just don't remember. But anyways, I thought that was beautiful. Then we all got this in our room as a pillow gift. And this was our theme from the trip. This is a specialty pack of designer series paper that I believe was made just for us. I find that hard to believe because I think it costs a lot of money to print paper like this. But this is to scrapbook our memories. And look at how stinking. Oh, is this the same? Yeah, there's 2 sheets of each one. Look how cute this is. And this went along with all of our theme for our room. Ooh, look at that. Okay, it looks the same on the bottom as it does right here. I'm like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, look how pretty that is. But yeah, we each got a pack of this paper that's just so soft and pretty. And then this was all of our, like, here was our little booklet, and this was attached to something. And again, it's the patterns in this paper. Where's another one? We've got this one. Yeah. So that's where the paper's coming from. Isn't that pretty? So I'm excited to use this. I think it's going to be fun. All right, next up. What else? Oh, we got this. This is a Make a Memory scrapbooking kit. Let me see. Woo-wee. This is one of our upcoming scrapbooking kits. Oh, look at that. That's going to be fun. So yeah, there's a lot of goodies in here. So this was another one of our gifts. And you can see that's a pretty hefty pack of stuff. So we're excited to have that. I think this is going to be an upcoming kit for sale in our kit collection. And what's it called? Make a Memory scrapbooking kit. Sounds like a good kit. This was really cool, but the kids wore the battery out because they left it running. It's a little fan. So you push it and mine is dead. Here's some more. You can see that designer paper in what I just showed you. This was on our doors for all of the achievers. Oh, and I won this. I got to choose between the stamp set, the designer paper, or the dies. And I picked the dies. Let me see if I can get it out. Here we go. Ah, look at this tree. The deer had me. Remember, we just got done talking about masculine. The deer had me. But look at, here's another deer. I don't know what these are because I don't have the stamp set, but when this comes out, I'll just have to get the stamp set and the paper. I won't have to buy the dies. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Autumn Trees dies, it's called. So this is upcoming. And again, I don't know if it's in the catalog. I shouldn't say they're in the catalog. They might be online exclusives. And what is this? Oh, this was a card that came with this big basket signed by Sarah. She's our CEO. Welcome to Orlando. We truly hope you have a magical week, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow at General Session. And this was filled with popcorn, pretzels, peanuts, almonds, cashews, Doritos, root beer. They sent tons and tons of root beer to us, to our room. Okay, let me get some more of this stuff out. These were our room keys. Haley was Chewbacca. I was Moana, and Valerie was whoever this is. I don't know. Tinkerbell? It doesn't look like Tinkerbell. Anyways, these were not our room keys. These were our park key or our park passes to go into the parks. My friend Lori made these for the kids. Somehow they got in my suitcase, but they're Hershey's nuggets. Look at how sweet they are, right? And she made Haley one, and then this is mine because it's gold and I'm the queen. My friends know me. I got this from my friend Celine Kempton, and it says, "You're a rock star, hugs from Celine," and it's a little scissors charm. So that was sweet. These were in the hospitality room. They're Hershey's, no, not Hershey's Kisses, Rice Krispie bars in the shape of a Mickey head or a Minnie head, right? Dipped in chocolate. The kids loved those. These were our bracelets for our final event. So let me see if I can dim some lights here because these were really cool. Let's see what happens. Hang on. Look at that. We all wore these. Val put it on her ankle, but it says Stampin' Up on it. And they turn on and off. Isn't that fun? I thought they were really cool. It's the little things that make me so happy. So I got everybody's. I got all of them because I wanted them. And again, along with the whole theme, here was my little name tag. We all wear these name tags when we're on at events like this so that everybody identifies as being, people come up and say, what are all these name tags? And then, of course, we have the opportunity to tell them what they are. My friend Lori gave me all kinds of fun little things to wear. She made these. This is our little trip logo thing, but look at this. Look at this. Is this not the cutest little thing? This is from that Notes and Totes and that fun paper that looks like baskets. To my girl gang, you will always be the sisters of my soul, the friends of my heart. Isn't that so sweet? And there's a little necklace in here that has a heart on it. So that was from my friend Lori. Look how sweet that is. So cute. I love this. Little 3D. Way to go, Lori. Oh, look, the back is different. I didn't even know that. Oh, look how she used that little thing. It's like a little zipper on there. I love it. So anyways, that was, oh, and then this. Oh, gosh. Here, let me turn the camera around. Hang on. There we are. Then, of course, this giant felt basket. Now, this folded down flat so we could get it home, which was really nice. But this was filled with bags of chips, Cracker Jacks, root beer, all kinds of stuff for us to have in our room. So we had snacks. So it was really cool. Okay, guys. I have kept you long enough. What time is it? 9:03. Well, you know it was going to be a long night, right? Because, well, there was a lot of things that I needed to discuss with you. Important things. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful week. And if you have any questions, if I can help you with anything, please let me know. I so appreciate you spending your evening with me. And if you need anything, go to my online store. You're going to find it at www.AStampAbove.com. Good night. Maybe. Maybe not. There we go.